welcome. If I could ask everyone to please take their seats. And if I could ask those of you who have your seats to grab your glass and raise it up into the sky, because you are a liver of life and your liver does wonderful things right now. So let's toast to the liver. Cheers. Hey, I don't have a glass. Outstanding. Now, if you can hear my voice, if you could tap your glasses, and if I could get some clinkies in the room. There we go. Music to my ears. Thank you. Thank you. So welcome to the third annual National Legacy Gala for the American Liver Foundation. Tonight, we recognize some outstanding individuals who have made exemplary contributions to the American Liver Foundation and the liver community. The funds raised tonight through the generosity of all of you beautiful people and your better angels goes to support the American Liver Foundation and benefits the 100 million Americans affected with liver disease. And as you will hear tonight, so many of them are impacted, but there is a gap, and tonight you will help us close that gap between the need and the resources that the AFL provides. Those resources are education, support, and help to advance the critical research and our patient advocacy efforts on Capitol Hill. Our evening tonight will feature a live auction. We have 4 fabulous items. We have an in-home dining experience, a New York City experience, and 2 incredible getaways. So be sure to check your paddles and make sure you're ready for when the live auction begins. And then we will have a stunning presentation to some of our award recipients who I see here in the front to recognize their exceptional leadership. And to recognize our attendees who are joining us virtually tonight, I would like each and every one of you to turn and wave to the camera back there, because we have so many people at home watching us on the live stream who cannot join us tonight. Thank you all for joining virtually, and from our hearts and livers here in New York City, thank you for joining us at home. So, I would like to now ask you to quiet one more moment as we have a short video of the extraordinary work of the American Liver Foundation.
I feel so strongly that we have to break down the silos between autoimmune disease and have a greater learning that comes out of it to help patients with an improved quality of life.
It requires collaboration from understanding what the frustrations are on our patients' ends. There's industry listening, the FDA is listening as well, and really magnifying your voice to make sure that there's more funding that's given for research and making sure that the outcomes that we're looking at are relevant outcomes for you.
Our focus therapeutically should really, I think, be on detection of impending problems and dealing with that.
You can sit there in bed and just sulk on what it is that you have and what you want. But if you get up and go, you can do anything. Being active is the best thing I can do for myself.
And I want people to know that you can get well. And by partnering with the American Liver Foundation, I get to tell my story. I get to assist other people. I get to be support for other people and let them know you can get well.
I am truly grateful for the conversations and the support that I've received from the American Liver Foundation. I don't know where I would be without them.
I am so grateful. I am so healthy now. It's unbelievable.
I think I was the first patient that they had that was a donor and then was a recipient after that.
I am so grateful you are all here because I'm sure you share the same gratitude that I do.
What a great video and what a great night we have. My gosh, thank you all for coming. Yes. My name is Lorraine Steele and I'm the Chief Executive Officer of the American Liver Foundation. I am so proud to lead this organization and for the benefit of patients with liver disease. So thank you for doing your part, being here, and we'll get on with our program. So over the past year, the American Liver Foundation has brought innovation, change, and hope to the liver community through the following initiatives. Public health. Our nationwide public health program, Think Liver, Think Life, focuses on screening underserved and at-risk populations for liver disease and providing access to follow-up care. Our public policy initiative and advocacy. Through our nationwide program, our liver life advocates meet with and encourage members of Congress to advance living donor legislation, provide increased funding for liver disease research, and support other priorities central to liver patients. Transplant. An interactive liver donor liver transplant information center provides patients and living donors with the education, tools, and resources they need all in one place. And lastly, but so importantly, research. ALF's newly relaunched Research Awards program will provide funding for early career scientists in liver biology, disease, and treatment. Because of your generous support this evening, I look forward to reporting back at next year's gala, sharing the progress we will continue to make. So tonight, we pay tribute to extraordinary leaders in the liver community. I would first like to acknowledge our event chair, Richard Miller. We're so grateful for you and your passionate support of our cause. We thank you. I'm also honored to acknowledge two liver legends with us tonight and former honorees. Dr. James Boyer, our 2022 award recipient, and Dr. Alan Wolkoff of our 2023 gala. And as one of the founders of ALF over 40 years ago, Dr. Boyer continues to support us and serves as a mentor to so many, including me. And I'm also proud to acknowledge last year's deserving honoree, Dr. Alan Wolkoff, a legendary leader of ALF for decades. Please, Dr. Boyer and Dr. Wolkoff, please stand. Thank you both. And of course, tonight you'll be hearing so much about this year's honorees. All the way from the city of brotherly love, we have the renowned Dr. David Piccoli over, yay! You got a Philadelphia cheering section. Dr. Piccoli, over his 40-year career, he has demonstrated an exceptional commitment to providing outstanding pediatric care and improving the lives of countless children. It's also a personal honor for me to acknowledge the exemplary leadership of Tom Nealon. Yay! For over 2 decades, Tom Nealon has served as a compassionate leader and visionary for ALF, providing meritorious leadership to liver patients, families, and caregivers. And last but not least, one of the world's greatest healthcare and most influential voices in healthcare, Michael Dowling. Yay! Michael Dowling, his leadership has been invaluable to Northwell's consistent expansion and prominence. And I'll never forget watching him on 60 Minutes when COVID first hit and he was speaking to the nation. And so we're grateful for your leadership, Mr. Dowling. You will be hearing more about these honorees as this evening progresses. A few other acknowledgements. I'm so thrilled that our partner organization, the American Association for the Study of Liver Disease, is here with us again, led by Matt Duva, AASLD CEO, and Julie Deal, AASLD Foundation Director. Glad to have AASLD with us. Also, I'd like to acknowledge an amazing family. The McMahon family had a tragedy 23 years ago. They lost a loved one, a child, to biliary atresia. Son Aiden passed away. It happens to be his birthday today. He'd be in his 20s now since this golf tournament that the McMahon family does each year has been going on for 23 years. And we are so proud that we've been the charity beneficiary of this golf tournament, and we're so grateful to the McMahon family for all they do. And you're going to hear from our event chair about some other announcements, but I just wanted to shout out for those key leaders who are not here today, but they're watching from afar. Michael Kerr, Susan Stone, and Nick DeRoma. We sure appreciate all that you do. So, everyone in this room is special to the American Liver Foundation. We're all here tonight because of a common bond. At your seat, you will find a bracelet. You see the bracelets? I ask that you turn them on so they light up green, and place the bracelet on your wrist. Okay. All righty. Now, I will ask everyone in the room 5 prompts. So please raise your bracelet and keep it raised once, nope, not yet, once a prompt applies to you, okay? So this is the participatory part of the program, right? Raise your hand if you are a healthcare professional, a doctor, nurse, social worker, administrator, or anyone working on the front lines. Woohoo! Thank you for what you do each and every day. We at the American Liver Foundation so appreciate you. So raise your hand if you are an industry partner. We can't do this work without you. Thank you to our industry partners. Raise your hand if you are a patient with liver disease. Woohoo! Raise your hand if you are a family member of a patient, a caregiver. We thank you for all you do for your loved ones. And raise your hand if you are an advocate for the American Liver Foundation and support our mission. Yay! We thank you all for all you do. I wish you all could have had the same view as I do right now when all those green bracelets were up. The sea of green gives me hope that together we will create a world without liver disease. So I now invite our gala chair, Richard Miller, up on the stage. Woo, 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 woo.
Well, good evening, everyone. And it's so wonderful to be with you in this room tonight. For those of you who are joining us from home, including my son George and my daughter Lauren and Sam from out there, welcome. It's my honor to serve as the 2023 Gala Chair. In addition to serving as the Gala Chair, I am a national board member of the American Liver Foundation. And on behalf of ALF and the National Board of Directors, I thank everyone with us tonight for your support. So I'd like to take a moment and to recognize the volunteers who helped make the vision of ALF possible. Please join me in acknowledging our National Board of Directors. And I ask all the National Board of Directors in the room to stand up and be recognized. Please stand up. I see, yeah, please, please. Yes, here. So keep standing, keep standing. And our National Medical Advisors. I ask the National Medical Advisors in the room to stand and be recognized. Here. Dr. Brown, good job. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize all of the medical professionals in the room tonight. Their commitment to public health makes a difference in each one of our lives. I ask all the medical professionals in the room to stand and be recognized. Please stand up. Here. Thank you for all that you do. Here. I'm also pleased to recognize the extraordinary generosity of our 2023 Honorary Committee. Would all those members of the Honorary Committee please stand and thank and join with our gratitude. Thank you for your ongoing commitment to ALF and our patient families across the country. During tonight's program, we will recognize those who have made an outstanding contribution to the American Liver Foundation and the liver community. Now, my personal journey with the American Liver Foundation started in March of 2020 when I went to the ALF website looking for hope. My actual journey with liver disease began in August of 2019 when I was diagnosed with non-alcoholic liver disease, or NASH, after being hospitalized for an acute blood infection which struck me without warning. I was so fortunate to have an incredible medical team, which included my dear friend, Dr. Matthew Ben, who's here tonight. Here. Dr. Robert Brown, who's here tonight. Ben Samstein, Lorna Dove, Brett Fortune, and all the professionals at the Center for Liver Disease and Transplantation at New York Presbyterian Hospital. And the amazing Miss Ami Muth, here, who's also an important volunteer with the American Liver Foundation. So people ask me, you're at dinner parties and people say, well, what did you do during the pandemic? And I answer the question, well, I had liver disease. I had a transplant. It sort of stops the conversation when you say that. But during the dark days of dealing with both chronic disease and the COVID-19 pandemic, I, like many other people, found myself very much isolated and alone and challenged by the fears and anxiety of liver disease and the need for a transplant. I reached out to the American Liver Foundation through the website, looking for a support group, and I found this interesting name, AMI, who had been facilitating in-person post-transplant groups prior to the onset of the pandemic. After describing my situation to her during that initial phone call, AMI immediately created a virtual pre-transplant support group, which met weekly and continues to do so to provide support and hope for those of us afflicted with liver disease. Our support group is one of the reasons I am alive. And I'm so proud because there are members of our support group here tonight. So if you guys would stand, please, stand here. And you know, I have to tell you, history is remarkable and emails are remarkable. So I happened to find this email from March 26th of 2020, where AMI started the virtual support group. This was groundbreaking. And interesting enough, she says, well, don't worry, it's not HIPAA compliant, but nevertheless, we're all good. But thank you, AMI. Throughout my journey during the COVID-19 pandemic, Dr. Ben, Dr. Brown, Dr. Fortune, and the team at the Center for Liver Disease cared for me with regular blood work, dealing with bouts of encephalopathy and the myriad of conditions caused by chronic liver disease, while my family, friends, and colleagues provided unending support, prayers, and hope. As a partner in my law firm, Blank Rome, I continued to work and provide services to my clients on a daily basis, carry on my responsibilities as a member of a number of boards, including the Metropolitan Opera Guild, all without diminution of my abilities, but not knowing what the future would hold for me. I truly learned that lactulose is my friend. So, but with the hope, here for lactulose, right? With the hope that my liver health would improve, my MELD score nevertheless remained the same until December of 2020, when a tumor was found in my liver. My medical team addressed it immediately, and it was successfully removed. Unfortunately, the tumor was isolated and not near any important blood vessels. But at that point, my journey became real and the need for a transplant immediate. In March of 2020, you may remember we were all busy getting COVID vaccines. And I went to the vaccine facility in Albany, New York. And this was after my tumor was removed. And I'll never forget, if I just have your attention just for a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Shh. Thank you. I'll never forget because one of the volunteers, I was filling out the form, and the question, I missed the question that said, do you have cancer? And I didn't fill it out, and she said, you were here earlier, and you said you did have cancer. And I said, oops, I forgot. And at that point, I broke down, and I was very, very sad. And after the vaccine, the volunteer came over to me and handed me a piece of paper, and it said this. It said, I want you, she said to me, Mr. Miller, I'd like you to read this. It's gotten me through a lot of challenges in life. And it was this: you don't have the right to the cards you believe you should have been dealt with, but you have an obligation to play the hell out of the ones you're holding. And my dear friend, you and I have been granted a mighty generous one. So here. So you know, that's such an important saying, because not only did it help me get through this disease and in a successful transplant, but it's something I carry with me now on a daily basis as I and other people face other daily challenges and life challenges. But you know, after more than 6 months, I received that call from Dr. Samstein at Weill Cornell that a donor had made this liver available. And I received that gift of life on May 31st, 2021. And I'm living life to the fullest, doing what I can to express my gratitude. Thank you. Because of my donor, I was able to see my daughter married, my son achieve his dreams, share the gift of vocal music, which is so important to me, and continue being a lawyer. I participated last year in the Transplant Games of America, and I brought back a silver medal for the, thank you, for the Lyrics for Life competition. So I'd like to just end with one more little anecdote, and I've also tried to live by this. What you are is God's gift to you. What you become is your gift to God. So I look forward to spending the rest of the evening with you, and it's sure going to be an unforgettable night. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
One more time for Richard Miller and Somebody's Wonderful Liver. Thank you. So we have another brief interactive part of our program, and that is our live auction. So what I'd like each and every one of you to do is grab the beautiful paddles with young champion Natasha on them in the center of your table. On the center of that paddle, you will see a name right on the little stick. Pass that name to the person who it belongs to so that they don't end up buying you a fabulous dinner. But while you're doing that, I want to tell you about our first live auction item, and that is an opportunity to have an in-home dining experience with a Michelin-starred chef for 14 people in the comfort of your own home. So to practice, I want all of us to practice right now. I want you, 133, thank you, 133. No. I want everybody to practice and get those paddles up in the air. Let's get all the paddles up in the air. It's also gonna make an incredible photo for this gentleman right here. So get all those paddles up in the air and get ready to bid in our live auction, because as I said, it starts with an in-home dining experience for 14 people by a Michelin-starred trained chef. I want you to think about those moments where maybe you've been in a foreign country or at a spectacular restaurant and had a dining experience that took you to another place. Well, now that place can be your own home. This also comes with a $1,000 Visa gift card for you to buy some of the best booze you've ever had, whatever you like to have, whether it's wine, and maybe some of the best food you've had if booze is not on the menu for you. So it's $1,000 plus a 14-person in-home dining experience. And we are going to start the bidding off for this fabulous package, this in-home chef package, at $2,000. Do I have 2,000? 2,000 right there for 202. Thank you, 202. Do I have somebody else? I have 2,500. I have 2,000 for 202. 2,500 right there for 293. Do I have 3,000? I'm looking for 3,000. 3,000 for 14. 3,000 for 202. Do I have 3,500? 3,500 right now. Do I have 3,500 in my previous bidder? I have 3,000. Yes, I do. 293. Do I have 4,000 and even 4,000? It comes with $1,000. It comes with that. Plus, yes, put your hands together. $4,000. Do I have an even 5? Do I have an even 5,000? Yes, we have it. 293. Do we have 6,000? $5,000 to 293 going once. $5,000 to 293 going twice. $5,000 and it's sold! And $5,000 raised to number 293 for a fabulous in-home dining experience. Our next experience is a Michigan, Michigan. A Michigan-trained chef does not sound as exciting. A Michigan experience at the Lake Moore Resort. It includes a group for 4 nights for a group of 8 people in this fabulous place. It also includes a $200 gift certificate to a local restaurant, wine tasting, and a tour of the Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes. And if you have not seen this spectacular bit of nature, the Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes is something to behold. So, each property includes 3,100 square feet, 4 bedrooms, and an average occupancy of up to 10 guests. It also has the Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes, as I said, which are bluffs that tower 4,400 feet above the lake. So we're going to start the bidding off on this at $3,000. $3,000 for the 4-night stay in Michigan at the incredible Rakemore Resort. $3,000 right there. Do I have $3,500? $3,500? Yes, I do for 202. Do it 212. Do I have $4,000? $4,000 for 189. Do I have $4,500? $4,500, miss. Do I have it? Yes, we do. We've got it for 212 right here in New York City. 212. $4,500. Do I have an even $5,000? $4,500 to 212. Do I have an even $5,000? $5,000 gets you this fabulous towel as well. I don't know why they gave me a towel, but it will be yours for $5,000. $4,500 to 212 going once. $4,500 to 212 going twice. $4,500, you are going to the fabulous Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes. And now, our penultimate package. There's no better place for us to do this penultimate package than here in New York City, because it is a New York City getaway. A New York City getaway at Hotel 50 Bowery, overlooking the oldest thoroughfare here in New York. It also includes transportation via Uber and a $500 gift certificate to Broadway.com for you to see any of the fabulous shows that you might want to see. Right now, I'm looking at that incredible David Byrne musical, but Daniel Radcliffe is in Merrily We Roll Along. There are so many opportunities, and it all is topped off with a dinner for two at Zuma NYC. And the House Sommelier team will guide you through an exclusive selection of wine for the perfect wine and sake pairing. Now, we want everybody to participate in this item, so we're gonna start it off at just $700. Do I have $700? Oh my God, I got so many action. I got 107 right there for $700. Do I have 1,000? 1,000, I have it right there. Do I have 12? 12 for 122, now 15. 15, yes I do. Now do we have 17? 17, I have 1,500 right now. It includes the hotel. It includes the Broadway show. It includes Zuma. He has it right now for 1,500. Do I have 1,700? 1,500 to 107 going once. 1,500 for 107 go. Oh, the newcomer. Thank you so much for 17. Do I have an even 2,000? An even 2,000. He's thinking about it. We'll all think about it together. No pressure at all. There's no time, nobody. We've got it for 2,000. Let's go. Do I have 22? To either my newcomer or my previous bidder, do I have 2,200? For an incredible NYC getaway. 2,000 going once. 2,000 going twice. He just hid her battle. He just put it under her plate. I love it. 2,000, it is sold to 107 for $2,000. And our final package tonight is donated by Castle Hot Springs. And you can immerse yourself in a desert oasis. Enjoy a private helicopter trip from Scottsdale Airport directly to the lush oasis of Castle Hot Springs. It is one of the most spectacular properties in the Sonora Desert, and while you're there, you will not only enjoy the unspeakably beautiful surroundings, you will also enjoy farm-to-table cuisine, multi-course dinners, and some of the most unique spa experiences you could ever imagine. And I think the helicopter from the airport's pretty cool. We're gonna start it at 2,500. Do I have 2,500 right now? $2,500 for 202. Do I have 3,000? 3,000 for this spa experience. Way in the back, I see you and I love you. 160 for 3,000. Do I have 35 to my previous? 35 for 202. Do I have 4,000? 4,000 for my lovely lady in the back. Do I have 45? Don't put your hands in your head. Put your hands in the air. Put your hands up in the air. Let's go. 4,500. Do I have an even 5,000 in the back? And even 5,000 in the back. Do I have it? 4,500 here in the front. Do I have 5,000 to any other bidder? 5,000 for 160. 55. 5,000 to 160 going once. This gentleman is just standing up and going to the bathroom. 5,000 to 160 going twice. 5,000, it is sold to 160 in the back. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot. You also get an unbelievably awesome inflatable cactus. Let's go. Let's go. That is yours. We'll get that to you. All right. So before we break for dinner, I just want to thank our incredible sponsors. Our platinum sponsors include Alan Durr, Northwood Health. Yes, put your hands together for Alan Durr and Northwood Health. Thank you, platinum sponsor. And our gold sponsors, the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. This is truly the National ALF Gala. Thank you to the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. Michael and Susie Kerr, who I think are online tonight, thank them. Richard Miller, our incomparable chair, and Tom Nealon. Thank you to our gold spot. Nealon's got a crowd, bringing it in. And this young gentleman putting his hands together, I love it, I love it, I love it. And finally, our silver sponsors, AstraZeneca and ASI Pharmaceuticals, thank you to them as well. And I want to thank you, of course, all for coming. I'd like to remind everyone that our mystery purse and our silent auction are open. Our wine poll are open until the program concludes. And if you're having any issues with GiveSmart, just ask one of the lovely people standing around with a clipboard. They would be happy to help you out. But until then, enjoy your dinner, have a wonderful time, and we'll be back when our program continues. Thank you so much.
Good evening, and thank you to everyone logging in from the comfort of their home to help us celebrate tonight's event. As we take our dinner break, we encourage you to take yours. And be sure while you're on the dinner break to check out our fabulous auction items. They include vacation packages, jewelry and accessories, sports memorabilia, and some amazing New York City experiences. But the auction ends when the program ends, so get those bids in now. And when our program returns, we will have awards going to Dr. David Piccoli, Tom Nealon, and Michael Dowling. And while you're out there, be sure to celebrate with us on social media. Use the hashtag ALF Legacy Gala and be sure to tag the American Liver Foundation when you do it. And when we return, we have an amazing performance for you from the Doherty Petrie School of Dance when we return in just a moment.
into the mystery purse extravaganza, $750 of amazing prizes, all in this fabulous Tory Burch purse. So you have just 5 minutes to enter, and we'll be back in 5 minutes to announce the winner and begin the rest of our program. Thanks so much. just been informed that part of the reason that we chose the Doherty Petrie School of Irish Dance is that 2 of our award recipients tonight, Mr. Dowling and Mr. Nealon, are both Irish. And so we thought that would be a good choice. So I want to thank everybody who purchased mystery purse tickets, and I have been given the winner. The winner tonight is, can I get a drum roll, please? Can you drum roll on that? Yes, indeed. The winner tonight is Catherine Jackson. Where's she at? Catherine, let's go! I feel like Oprah. Ba-da-ba, 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 ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Hey, let's go! Catherine Jackson, all right. Yes, yes, yes. Congratulations and thank you all for supporting our mystery purse tonight. So now, for the reason we're all here tonight. If I could get another round of clinkies, because now is when the serious things happen. Thank you. Thank you. Can I get a little bit more on the clinkies? Thank you. Thank you. I would like you all to please direct your attention to the screen for remarks by Lissa and Maya Longacre, introducing Dr. David Piccoli, our Leadership Award recipient.
I first met Dr. Piccoli probably when I was about 8 weeks old, maybe even before then, as a patient of the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. Not long after I was diagnosed with biliary atresia, he was the chair of the GI department and was always my second opinion, was always one of the first phone calls when things went awry with my health. In the years following that I've graduated from the Children's Hospital has become much more of a friend to me and a mentor in my career. He is one of my biggest cheerleaders, one of my biggest motivators, and as wonderful of a doctor as he is in so many ways and as successful as he's been in his career, he is equally that in his personal life and in the people that he cares for and in his family and his children, and he's just remarkable.
David was one of the founders of what has become one of the most renowned pediatric liver foundations in the world, with our family and support from Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. And David still has an uncanny way of convincing researchers and clinicians that liver disease is the most exciting area to study. And he really has put together a collaborative effort of scientists in so many areas to study this complicated disease of biliary atresia. David, we are so grateful for your time, support, and tireless fundraising for charitable organizations, especially the ALF. You are powered by Diet Coke, homemade pasta, and an incredible family. You're an outstanding friend, colleague, and father, and you have improved the lives of so many children with your contributions to science and your care.
I speak for many, many patients, families, scientists who have benefited from Dr. Piccoli's unparalleled dedication, leadership, kindness, and care. Dr. Piccoli, there is simply no one like you. You are truly extraordinary and a gift to all of us who know you. And as a patient turned lifelong friend, thank you for giving me and so many others the life of our dreams.
Dr. Piccoli, I'm sorry, I hate to interrupt right before you're getting started, but I have a major announcement that it's pretty clear you were not aware of. So if I could, I'd like to invite Jeffrey and Alan Durr to the stage to share this special announcement.
Good to see you.
Good evening, everyone. So first, before we get started, I want to say that was a wonderful video, Maya.
Yeah.
And 10 years ago, I was faced with, a pretty stressful time going through, having to go through a liver transplant. And it just so worked out that Maya is going through the same thing around the same time. And to see Maya face that with such courage, it was such an inspiration. So thank you. So as you probably figured out, we're the Durr family. We've known Dr. Broccoli for about 38 years when we first met, when I was a baby just as well. And through that time, through that 22 or so years under your care, I think I tried every way to push your buttons and challenge your medical guidance, and yet I'm still here. So in gratitude for that, we are donating $50,000 to the American Liver Foundation. In recognition of your leadership and your friendship. So thank you.
Thank you.
So with this gift, it will be directed towards a very special legacy project. The Billy the Brave Toolkit will be created by the American Liver Foundation and will be a gift of support for families dealing with a biliary atresia diagnosis. Billy the Brave is a courageous little lion, thank you, who has biliary atresia. Billy's positive attitude is a beacon of hope for all the young lions out there who share his condition. He reminds us that no matter what obstacles come our way, we face them with bravery and a smile, just like Billy the Brave. The Billy the Brave Toolkit will include a special stuffed lion gifted with biliary atresia, educational materials for children and adults, and even babysitters, a You Are Not Alone video recorded by a fellow BA family, and so much more. So thank you for being there for our family and so many other families out there who are faced with a liver disease diagnosis. We're so proud that these funds will be directed towards this toolkit to help so many children at a critical time in their life. I would now like to invite all the pediatric patients and their families in the room up to the stage to join us in taking a group photo.
There you go. Nicolette, right here. We're tall enough, right? Yeah. Chelsea. Come on, good stuff. One up. Don't be shy. Okay. Oh, sorry.
Real quick picture.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
I haven't even said hello, David.
And now, all right, Maya, Lissa, Alan, Jeff, everyone who is a kid and everyone who was a kid, ladies and gentlemen, friends and supporters of the American Liver Foundation, I'm deeply honored and humbled to stand before you today as the recipient of the American Liver Foundation Leadership Award. This recognition means more to me than words can say, and I truly am grateful to the ALF for this extraordinary honor. I'd like to express my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who has made this possible, and I share this award, that award, with all of you. This award is a testament to the unwavering commitment of the American Liver Foundation to patient care, education, philanthropy, and research. The Foundation's tireless efforts to combat liver diseases and raise awareness have made a significant impact on countless lives. This award not only reflects on me, but also on the remarkable team of individuals and volunteers who have dedicated their time and energy to this critical cause. So as you know, I've been a pediatric gastroenterologist and a hepatologist for over 40 years, and I've seen firsthand the incredible advances in the understanding of and the caring for liver diseases. Early in my career, the great liver diseases were the viral hepatitis A, B, and C, which have affected over 1 billion people in my lifetime. And the understanding of hepatitis B and C that were the major causes of chronic liver disease, liver failure, and even liver cancer, which was a novel and even controversial idea at the time. Over the decades, and with the help of the ALF, hepatitis A and B can be prevented by immunizations, and hepatitis C can now be reliably cured. So these are tremendous advances, and the ALF has really been at the forefront of all of these. As a pediatrician, I was gratified when the ALF initiatives focused on pediatric liver diseases with the Children's Liver Council and the education and support for biliary atresia, Alagille syndrome, alpha-1, and literally hundreds of other rare pediatric diseases. At the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, we've partnered with the ALF to provide families excellent care, support, and annual education days to bring providers and parents together. I believe that these seminal efforts of the ALF led to the profoundly successful and now NIH-funded national consortia, including the Children Consortium, which is the Childhood Liver Disease Research and Education Network, of which many of our liver centers are involved to study these really extremely important diseases. I also want to acknowledge the many families who have participated in our studies of liver disease and also provided incredible support that has allowed us to complete important studies. I cannot thank enough the Biesecker family, the Longacres, the Guadadis, and literally so many families that have made our journey possible. I'm also indebted to my mentors, colleagues, and friends who have guided and inspired me throughout my career. Their wisdom, counsel, and camaraderie have been invaluable, shaping me into the person I am today. My incredible colleagues on this journey include Nancy Spinner, Ian Krantz, Kathy Looms, who are here tonight, and also Benita Kamath, Liz Rand, and literally hundreds of other collaborators dedicated to pediatric liver diseases. There's really nothing more gratifying than seeing young adults who were born with potentially fatal liver diseases, who are now wonderful, healthy, and productive adults in their second, third, and as you just saw, their fourth decade of life due to the tremendous advances that the ALF has supported. And that includes Jeff, Maya, Brian, Nick, Dominic, Nicolette, and so many other patients. So I've watched as transplant has not only become reliable, but really a given, even though it's somewhat still miraculous. I'd like to extend my gratitude to my family and my loved ones whose unwavering support and encouragement have been the bedrock of my journey. Your belief in me has been my driving force, and I honor this with you, just as you have shared with me so many of my patients and so many of the endeavors that I have done. So Matt, Kara, Laura, I adore you. You're truly my inspiration and my world. So I want to express my appreciation to all those who have contributed to the fight against liver diseases. This award is a testament to the collective effort of the medical community, researchers, advocates, and patients who have worked tirelessly to improve the lives of patients with liver disease. In accepting this award, I'm reminded of the responsibility that comes with it. It's a call to action, a reminder that there is still much work yet to be done. Together, we'll continue to push the boundaries, challenge the status quo, and find innovative solutions to combat liver disease. So let us all forge ahead, knowing that our collective efforts are making a difference, and that every step we take brings us closer to a world where liver diseases are a thing of the past. Thank you to the American Liver Foundation for this incredible honor. I'm committed to carrying the torch forward, and I look enthusiastically to the journey ahead. So thank you, everyone. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Dr. Piccoli. One more time for Dr. Piccoli. Our next honoree tonight is Tom Nealon, winner of the Lifetime Achievement Award. And here to tell you a bit more, we have a short video from Nicholas DeRoma.
Tom Nealon's association with ALF began more than 2 decades ago when he ran in the Boston Marathon, and he was paired with a young boy named Zach who suffered from a rare liver disease. And that was a turning point for Tom. It was a life-changing event, and shortly thereafter he got much more involved with ALF and later joined our board. Tom served our foundation as CEO and president and also as chairman, and he continues to serve our board as a highly respected director. We got to know each other very well working together and developed an extremely deep relationship during that period. He became like a brother to me at that point. When Tom was CEO, he traveled extensively and met with all of our employees throughout the country, as well as volunteers, and just about every constituency in the liver space, if you will, always being the champion for ALF's mission. And he spread that gospel far and wide. Tom has personally raised more than $2 million for ALF, and that is a remarkable achievement. I think the hallmark of Tom as a person is that he treats everyone with kindness and dignity and sincerity. He lives his life with grace. There's a grace about him. And I think as a leader, he leads by example. And that's Tom as I know him. And I think this award will mean a lot to him.
We have exciting news before Tom accepts this award. The American Liver Foundation has created a Pediatric Liver Disease Legacy Fund in honor of Tom Nealon's extraordinary leadership. The fund The fund will help provide educational support for pediatric families, engage families in a parent-to-parent mentoring program, launch a transition program for adolescent liver patients transitioning to young adulthood, and provide travel funds to pediatric families wishing to attend educational programs and advocacy events. Tom, we know the kids were your passion all those years, and we're excited that this fund is going to continue your amazing legacy. Thank you.
So, those of you in the room who have heard me speak before know that I'm rarely at a loss for words, but tonight and everything that has gone on around it has really touched my soul in ways that you never dream of happening in your life. So thank you to everyone who came tonight, and thank you. I normally don't write down my remarks, but I've been emotional from the moment that it was announced that I was going to receive an award. And since then, it's been difficult at times to stay composed. So I'm going to try not to embarrass myself, the American Liver Foundation, or my family. I'm going to do something that I really love to do when I stand up in front of groups. Shh. I did that traveling around the country for almost a decade, and I got to be really good at it. So let me start by congratulating and thanking Lorraine and Richard for a phenomenal event. Thank you so much. I often describe my ALF journey as a funny thing happened to me on my way to running the Boston Marathon. The reality is something magical happened to me on my way to running the Boston Marathon. I am just an ordinary guy, and I really mean that. My family members and people who've known me for a long time can attest to that. But something magical followed that first Boston Marathon. Over the next 2 decades, I met an amazing number of liver patients and their parents and their caretakers. I also had the occasion to work with some remarkable and very talented co-workers at the American Liver Foundation. I have a tremendous amount of respect and admiration for all they did during my time working with them. There are 2 retired members of that senior staff who are here tonight as my guests, Lynn Syme and Joanne Thompson. Lynn and Joanne, along with David Ticker, ALF CFO, I want to thank them for their support and their guidance through the many years I was in a leadership role. Not surprisingly, a significant part of the magic that came from my ALF experience was due to the liver patients and their families that I met along my journey. A number of them are here tonight as my guest. Each of them still inspires me and enriches my life in countless ways. I would like to introduce them and ask them to please stand up. Of course, I have to start with Zach Rue. I was introduced to Zach, who is a biliary atresia patient, when I joined the ALF patient match program, and he was not quite 2 years old. Zach is now 20 years old and a senior in college. We are BFFs and will be as long as we live. We still text each other and FaceTime. Zach is here with his mother, Heather, his sister, Hannah, and his grandparents, Ron and Barbara Klein. Kylie Adams, a liver transplant survivor from Orlando, is here with her mother, Jen. Kylie is a passionate supporter of Make-A-Wish Foundation and other similar causes, and is a constant communicator with and sharing pictures with me. Carly Vogel and her mother, Amanda, are here from Atlanta. Carly is an incredibly talented actress and performer who gives back to ALF and Children's Hospital of Atlanta and works with us to this day. Thank you, Carly. Finally, Julia Navarro and her parents, Annalie and Jose, are here also from Atlanta. When Julia was only a few months old, she was diagnosed with biliary atresia. Her parents were told she needed a liver transplant to survive. Annalie donated a sliver of her liver to save Julia's life. I never imagined or dreamed back in 2001 when I joined the American Liver Foundation Run for Research team to run in the 2002 Boston Marathon that I would be standing here tonight accepting this award. There are so many people that I have to thank for making this possible. I want to start by thanking my rock and my North Star, who has stood by me through my entire ALF journey, even when she wondered why I kept doing it. Of course, I am referring to my wonderful wife, Margie, who has been my partner and biggest cheerleader along the way. Margie, I love you and I will as long as I live. I am so lucky that my son and Alex and daughter Carly are both here tonight. I started running Boston marathons when they were in lower school. They've now finished college and have moved on to launch their careers. I'm honored that my brother Bill has joined us. He's been my best friend and closest advisor for so much of my life. I also want to thank I've already mentioned Lynn and Joanne, but I also want to thank the countless other ALF staff members and board members who worked with me all those years. I want to say a special thank you to Elise Jackson, who has been my partner and biggest ally preparing for tonight's gala. I would be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to send out special thanks and appreciation to my two closest board members and colleagues who were my strength and source of wisdom and support throughout the many years that I led ALF. I am referring to Michael Kerr and Nick DeRoma, both of whom unfortunately can't be here with us in person, but they are certainly here in spirit. Their drive and determination to help ALF succeed has been tireless and inspirational. I am so fortunate to have them as colleagues and to call them not only friends, but brothers in arms in all we did. In closing, I have a final thought I want to share with you. Many years ago, probably after the third or fourth marathon that I had run in Boston, it was suggested that I launch a campaign to raise $1 million. As crazy as that sounded, we launched Tom and Zach's $1 Million Marathon campaign at a point in time when I may have raised $250,000. Amazingly, a few years later, Zach and I reached that $1 million goal. And by the time I stopped running Boston marathons in 2014, we had surpassed 1.5 million. Needless to say, countless people told me that while setting a $1 million goal was admirable, there was no way that I could ever reach that number because that was impossible. As our fundraising number rose over the years, I would regularly share email updates with my many donors. In one of them, I shared a phrase which I'm sure didn't originate with me. I may have edited it, as we lawyers are prone to do, and here it is. We regularly call something that has never been done before impossible. Not because it can't be done, but because no one believes it can be done. My message to all of you is never stop believing in your dream or your goals in life. Thank you again for this tremendous honor. I will remember this night as long as I live.
Tom Nealon. Thank you, Tom. Our final recipient tonight of the Healthcare Visionary Award is Michael Dowling. And we have for you a short video prepared by Northwell Health.
Michael Dowling is a prominent leader in healthcare, and he brought his vision and optimism to the health system in 1995. Since then, he has overseen the transformation and growth of the system that would eventually culminate in a major rebranding in 2016, Northwell Health. Michael's vision helped push the health system beyond old boundaries and in new directions.
You're always pursuing success because the goal lines always keep moving. And we have an attitude of never being satisfied with what is, but continuously searching for what should be in the future.
Northwell is New York State's largest private employer, receiving national recognition for its patient care. Widely known as an innovator in healthcare, Northwell was especially proud when it opened the first adult liver transplant program on Long Island, a cause that is personal to Michael.
In 2019, we did something that we have dreamed about for a long time, and that's to have the ability to do liver transplant. Since then, we've hired some of the top people in the country, and we now have one of the fastest liver transplant programs in the region. We are very committed to making sure that we are the best in providing transplants for people who need them that are suffering from liver disease.
Michael brings purpose and inspires it. We see that through Northwell Health, especially where he has framed some of our most pressing issues as public health challenges to recognize, confront, and solve all as part of Northwell's daily work. That level of dedication to public service has led to memorable milestones for Michael and for Northwell. He has been recognized for his work well beyond Long Island. Michael's leadership and vision has set the health system on a strong path for the future.
It's not what you look at that matters, it's what you see. And as we go forward, let's think about how to do things differently.
Thank you very, very, very much. It is indeed an honor and a privilege to receive this award, and I thank you so much. And it is also a privilege and an honor to share the stage with David and Tom. So I want to extend my congratulations to both of you for everything that you have done. You know, it's pretty remarkable to be in a room like this, such a spectacular place, with a group of people that are also so spectacular. Because what we have in this room is a large group of people, a community, bound together with a certain mission and a certain cause. It's to make life better for other people, to promote the health of livers, promote the health of everybody that we know, including all of those in our communities, by education, by research, by enhancing awareness, by inspiring each other, by working together. And in the world that we live in today, working together, building a sense of community is so, so important. Because we are all interdependent. We all depend upon each other. The health of each of us depends upon the work of all of us. And the award I got tonight is a visionary award. But what is a visionary? It's somebody who thinks ahead. It's somebody who thinks that tomorrow can be better than today. Somebody who believes that we can dramatically improve. So using that definition, everybody in this room is a visionary. You believe in a better tomorrow. You believe we can cure disease. You believe we can promote liver health. You believe we can do transplant to save lives. You believe that we can pursue an educational programs that gets more and more people like you to be doing the good things that each of you do. That's what is important. We have to give oxygen to hope. We have to be optimistic and positive. Values needed more now than ever before. But we also believe that that is nothing much more important than people's health. And I am sure in this room, everybody, or most people, has known somebody that has suffered from liver disease. I am sure for many in the room, it has affected your family, as it has mine. I lost my younger brother 2 years ago from liver disease. I understand what it means family-wise, what it means to wives and mothers and kids and grandmothers and grandfathers, what it means to the small communities and the larger communities that they're all involved with. So tonight is an opportunity to celebrate what has been done, to celebrate those like Tom and David that have done so much to get us to where we are. People like the Northwell team under Dr. Nabil Dagger, who are right here, who are doing extraordinary work, building phenomenal programs, doing great research, and having phenomenal outcomes. That's what it's about. That's what tonight is about. Tonight is about committing ourselves to make a difference, to demonstrate that nothing is impossible, that there are no limits, and that if we look far enough ahead, we will cure liver disease and prevent it. And I just thought of a quote, I think it's by Oscar Wilde, who said, and it applies here, "Do not follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail." That's what you're all doing, leaving a trail and building better futures. Thank you so much.
Michael Dowling. One more round of applause for all of our honorees tonight. Thank you. I would now like to bring our attention to our 2023 liver champion, Jocelyn DeJesus. At just 8 years old, Jocelyn was diagnosed with a rare liver disease, primary sclerosing cholangitis, which quickly led to her needing a life-saving liver transplant. So please turn your attention to the screen to view her incredible story.
'Cause even when I'm crashing down, there is higher ground. I'm falling fearless now.
Hi, I'm Jocelyn, and a liver transplant saved my life.
I don't think anything could really prepare us for Jocelyn. She was that baby that didn't stop crying, didn't stop screaming.
Hi, Jocelyn, where's your hand? Where's your hand?
She's crying. Walking, when she was walking, she would just cry. And I was like, wow, I'm really in for it, you know?
In hindsight, I wonder how much of it, now that we know that she was probably born with this condition, you know, if that's why she was crying. When Jocelyn was young, she had a hard time speaking.
I felt that there was something, you know, with like her attention, trying to get her to, you know, focus on something and trying to like get her to remember something.
Every time I try to remember things, it feels like a fog. I say something, I try to tell Mom something, and I just forget so fast.
When she was about 8, we took her just her routine blood work, the annual blood work. Her white platelets were really low, and her enzymes were really high. Her pediatrician called, not in a panic, she wasn't hysterical, but she said this might be a cause for alarm. My pediatrician was able to direct us to a hematologist. The hematologist was able to direct us to Dr. Ovchinsky.
I met Jocelyn when she was 8 years old. I knew that she had liver disease just based on her labs, based on the fact that she already had some signs and symptoms of end-stage liver disease, but we still needed to make a diagnosis.
And when we first heard cirrhosis, we were a mess in the office.
So I hear cirrhosis, I hear scarring of the tissue, I hear vital organ. As you can imagine, that was devastating. I guess I just needed to hear the doctor tell me that we were gonna be okay. And that was what she told me. That was the first thing she says.
Dr. Ovchinsky, she was a hero to me because she was the one who took care of me and made me feel so much better, made my parents feel better, and she was the one who helped me.
In her case, we did a liver biopsy, which was diagnostic for something that's called primary sclerosing cholangitis.
PSC is something that makes you really itchy. It's something that blocks your memory. It's something where usually sometimes you don't really speak clearly that good.
Her liver dysfunction was also marked by some confusion because the liver wasn't clearing the toxins as well as it's supposed to. So all of those things can have a significant impact on a young child's development and their educational process.
When she told us exactly what was cirrhosis and that it was going to have to be a liver transplant, but she wanted to give the liver she had more time.
Even though many patients with PSC have cirrhosis of the liver, we really try to wait until complications are so severe and we can't manage them medically, where we will go to transplant.
The longer you delay the transplant, the less time patients are on immunosuppression. And right now we're working on ways to eliminate immunosuppression following transplant, but we're not there yet.
3 years went by pretty fast, and it was that time.
I felt shocked because I felt like I was gonna get my new liver until 12, and it came so soon.
Well, it was Sunday, July 23rd. We got the call. It was 8 o'clock in the morning.
That phone call is full of excitement for us as physicians.
We were obviously crying because the day's finally come, but there was also a level of excitement. She was so excited. The first thing she said was, I get to remember things.
It's usually an emotional day for us as hepatologists as well. We follow many of these children who are going for transplant for years. So they become our family members to a point as well.
Rolling her down to the operating room and really just watching her roll away. Well, I tried. I really didn't want to cry in front of her because I didn't want her to go into there with that emotion.
I just know I can't look at my wife. If I look at my wife, I'm gonna start, crying and start, and I didn't want to do that because I didn't want my daughter to go into the OR seeing me like that. So, I just hugged her tight and, told her everything was gonna be okay.
A typical liver transplant can take anywhere between 5 and 10 hours. Her operation lasted about 7 hours and started pretty close to midnight, and she came out first thing in the morning.
It was a hard night, from 12 to about 9 o'clock in the morning, on pins and needles. And when they rolled her in, it's the happiest besides them being born, that was the happiest moment of my life.
So when you see her and you see her wake up, no matter whether it's groggy or one word, it's such a relief to just see your child awake, to see her up, to see her functioning, to see her. She even did a little smile through it all. I don't know how she smiled, but she did.
Dr. Grisimo, he was the one who prepared the surgery, and he was the one who took care of me. He did this so many years now. So he saved my life.
After a transplant, we often leave drains next to the connections we make, particularly for the bile duct. And when we took her drain out, her way of relieving the stress and anxiety around us removing the drains was to sing during the whole process.
I love you till the very end.
So she sang a hip-hop song once, and she sang a pop song another time, showing not only her range from singing, but also her emotional maturity about being able to deal with some of the stress around being a transplant recipient.
To know that my child has a second chance at life, if I never believed in miracles before, it's a miracle. It's a complete miracle to see my daughter up and functioning, and to even say to me, I remember when I was 5 and this happened. I never thought she was going to remember these things.
After transplant, we expect that things will pick up, her memory will be better, she'll have more concentration, and I would say in Jocelyn's case it happened earlier than I even anticipated. But it does have to do with the fact that she now has this beautiful, new, healthy liver.
It's like restoring the files in the computer, if you will. Like she's able to gather that information or go back into those files and say, here it is. Oh yeah, I remember when I was 5 and we went to the zoo.
I hope that she continues to sing for a very long time, and that she continues to be the voice to advocate for children and adults with liver disease, the voice to advocate for organ donation that gave her a second lease on life, and hopefully the voice to advocate for American Liver Foundation as well.
So I'm happy that I get a second chance in life, and I'm so happy that thanks to this new liver, that I don't have to say goodbye.
Jocelyn is our liver champion. And now is the opportunity for you all to be a champion. Now is the opportunity for you all, as Michael said, to blaze a trail for people to walk behind you. For Jocelyn's to walk behind you. So tonight, we are going to start our paddle race. I'd like all of you to grab those same paddles that you had during the auction. Make sure that it's the paddle with your name on it. I cannot stress that enough. And if you'd prefer, you can always just use the QR code on that right after you raise your paddle, but I'm going to hit some numbers, and when I do, and that number is the number that is written on your heart tonight or your liver tonight, I want you to raise that paddle. So I am inspired by Jeffrey and Alan Durr, who started us off tonight at $50,000. Amen. And so I'd like to start us off and see if some beautiful person out there is willing to match their incredible generosity at $50,000. Do we have someone that can match Jeffrey and Alan at $50,000 tonight? We have a guy saying, woo. Do we have someone that can match? Do we have two people perhaps at $25,000? Do we have someone at $25,000? I promise if you're out there, this room will explode with joy and generosity. Do we have someone that can give at $25,000 and raise that paddle? 211, thank you. 211, thank you. Thank you. Getting a stand up from Dr. Piccoli. Can we match the Durrs? Do we have another 25,000? Do we have someone else that can give at that incredibly generous level? Do we have somebody that can give at 10,000 tonight? Yes, you've got to turn that around though, because it's Jocelyn and I love it. 120. Thank you. 120. Amazing. Do we have anyone else at 10,000 tonight? Two people, 430. Thank you, 430 and 330. Thank you, 330. 430 and 330. Thank you. Anyone else at 10,000? All right, can we have anyone? Oh, wait, I see somebody pointing. Sir, what are you pointing at? He's carrying a clipboard. I'm very excited. Do we have anyone at 5,000 tonight? Who can give it 5,000? 328. Thank you, 328. Anyone else at 5,000? 328. Thank you, thank you. Anyone else at 5,000? Do we have someone that can give to this incredible organization the research, the advocacy, as we heard from our chair, the companionship and the camaraderie at 2,500? Can someone give at 2,500 tonight? Now I know when Jocelyn's mother said that she hopes that Jocelyn can be the voice of ALF. I'm hoping that Jocelyn can join me on the stage right now and truly be the voice of ALF and call out the folks that are giving at $1,000. Are you ready to do that? Yes, she's ready. Oh my gosh, so I want you to say the number, I want you to say thank you, and I want you to say the number again.
Okay. So I have 324.
324. Thank you, 324. In the back.
Congratulations. 402.
402. Thank you, 402. We've got some right here.
Okay, so I have
Do you want to get closer?
I think
Let's get closer. Come on, come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, what do we got? What do we got?
So we have
Try the start on the one on the left.
I have 189.
189. Thank you, 189. And right next to it.
I have 199.
199. Thank you, 199.
I have 122.
122. Thank you, 122.
I have 130.
130. Thank you, 130.
I have 422.
422. That's 477.
Mother.
477. It's okay. You're doing great. 477. Thank you, 477. And we've got one more in the back.
I have 128.
178. Thank you, 178. Yes, Jocelyn. Amazing. We got you 178. Thank you. Anyone else at 1,000? We got
1,000!
186. Thank you, 186. And thank you to Jocelyn DeJesus. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amazing work. And now do we have anybody? And her sisters are giving a shout out. Thank you, girls. And now do we have anyone at 500 tonight? Do we have anybody that can? I know I'm not as cute as Jocelyn. 325, thank you, 325. 492, thank you, 492. 334, thank you, 334. 417, thank you, 417. 338, thank you, 338. 454, thank you, 454. 260, I see you, 260. Thank you, 260. 480, thank you, 480. How you doing, sir?
Good fine, you?
Yeah, I'm great. Good to see
great.
you. I'm feeling great.
What are you doing here?
I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know. Does somebody have a cocktail for me? Do we have anybody else at 500? We've got a couple here. 205, thank you, 205. 210, thank you, 210. 119, thank you, 119. Woo, he's right. Yes, indeed. And now, do we have anybody? I see. Can you raise that up, person in the 355 at 500? Thank you, 355. And now you know why I wear sneakers with a tuxedo. Do we have anybody else? How about 250? This is the cost of a shopping bag at Whole Foods. Maybe a half of one. 110, thank you, 110. 475, thank you, 475. 115, thank you, 115. 117, thank you, 117. 110, thank you, 110. 128, thank you, 128. 446, thank you, 446. 281, thank you, 281. 378, thank you, 378. I got you in the back there. Yes, in the back there. 374, thank you, 374. 335, thank you, 335. Woo! Let's go. Oh, you are hiding, and I love it. And thank you. 331, thank you, 331. And as you donate, 217, thank you, 217. If you want to just put that in on the QR code, that will make everybody's life easy. And our final level tonight, because I want everyone to give tonight, do we have anyone that can give it $100? 179 can, thank you 179, and 184 can, thank you 184, and 322 can, thank you 322. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And 442, thank you 442, and 180, thank you 180, and 132, thank you 132, and 441, thank you 441, and 216. Thank you, 216, and 118, thank you, 118, and 223, thank you, 223, and 234, thank you, 234, and this table in the back, I'm loving you again, 382, thank you, 382, and don't shake it around so much, I can't see it, it's far away, 377, thank you, 377, 288, thank you, 288, 337, thank you, 337, and 333, triple three, thank you, and 280, thank you, 280. Do we have anyone else that can give at $100 our final level tonight? Where's 280? 280? You're right there. 280, I have a special gift for you as the last person to give tonight. I have this lovely bottle of Napa wine from an incredible vintage year of 2012. Now, this is what we call in the industry a giant freaking bottle of wine. That's a technical term. I wouldn't recommend any of you use it. It's hard to pronounce. Giant freaking bottle of wine. But of course, that's because 280, you're the last person to give. Now, maybe somebody else might want to be the last person to give $100 tonight and get this. Oh, 354, I think you understand how this works. 354 is now the last person, and she now has a giant freaking bottle of wine. Unless, oh, I'm sorry, 354, because now it's 471, and he looks very excited about this. He looks very excited because he is the last person to give $100 tonight. And it's going once to 471. Oh, I'm sorry, but it's 284, and 284, your reign was short-lived, 284. I'm sorry, because 326 came right in on it, and she might drink this in the car. Oh my goodness. 471. Now 471, I want you to understand something. That's two, so you would now have given $100 twice. And all somebody needs to do is give a 100, and 326 came right back. She is not messing around. Oh, sweetheart, you are not old enough. Can you stand up on your chair? Can you stand up for me? And see, I don't think, can you have your mom hold this for you? Because I think otherwise this is against the law. Are you having fun?
Yes.
Yes. Can you call out the next number for me? Because I don't think your mom's gonna win. I'm sorry. Is there anybody else that wants to be, do you see that number over there? Can you read it?
It's 479.
479. You are now the last person to give $100 tonight. Do we have anybody else? It's going once to 479. Oh, and it's back to 119. Thank you, 119. It's going once to 119. It's going twice to 119. It is now in 414's hands, and then 414, I'm sorry, it went away quickly because now it's 469. 469 going once. 469 going twice. It is going to 455. And then 455, I'm sorry, but 430 just came in and took it away. And in the interest of my arm and everybody here, I am going to raise the ante up to 250. Do I have my bid spotters? Can we raise the ante up to 250? 430's got it. It's going once to 430. It's going twice to 430. This incredible giant, oh my God! It's a party over here. 124 has it. 124, and then 124, I'm sorry, 106 then took it. And then I'm sorry, 106, but 119 took it. 119 has it, again, we're at 250 now. It is a 2012 Napa Cabernet Worthy. It's going once to 119. It's going twice to 119. And it's back to 430. And it's going once to 430. It's going twice to 430. It is sold to 430. He is the last person to give to the American Liver Foundation tonight. Thank you all for your support. We just raised $150,000. All right. It is now my honor and privilege to give you back to our chair, Richard Miller, for a short performance and closing remarks. One more time for Richard.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling. From glen to glen and down the mountainside, the summer's gone and all the roses falling. It's you must go and I must bide. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. Yes, I'll be there in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so. But when ye come and all the flowers are dying, if I am dead, as dead I well may be, you'll come and find the place where I am lying, and kneel and say an Ave there for me, and I shall hear, though soft you tread above me, and all my grave will warmer, sweeter be, for you will bend and tell me that you love me, and I shall sleep in peace until you come to me.
Thank you. Good night. Everyone, good night.